I think it's easy to see a lot of food plotters using big equipment and think, I have to have that in order to be successful. I'm going to give you guys a few reasons why I think sometimes less can actually be more. For example, the field behind me, I've run over that with a disc, I've exposed some soil, we're going to hopefully get good seed to soil contact. You don't always have to have a well-manicured garden-looking food plot, and having leftover crop residue like that actually helps you out a whole lot by having something to hold moisture in your soil and with your forages for a longer period of time. In Northwest Missouri, where I'm at, each summer we're guaranteed to have at least one long period of drought. Having this crop residue left over from where you've worked the ground or where you've mowed can actually be a good thing in that regard. And really it goes back to how much desire do you have to have a food plot. You can make a small kill plot. You can make a big plot like this if you've got the sweat equity and the desire to have it done. You can use things like weed eaters. You can use hand rakes. You can use garden weasel rotary sort of spike harrows. Things like that to work up your soil and get that seed to soil contact. You don't have to have it deep in the ground. I err more on the side of shallow planting than deep planting. You want to be able to get that germination, and if the moisture can't get deep enough to your seeds, it's never going to germinate. When it comes to something like clipping a clover plot, you can do that with a weed eater and it's really not that bad. And honestly, you could be a little more precise and manicured if you want to keep your level of how low you're clipping. You can do that more easily with a weed eater than sometimes you even can with a certain other type of mower. A lot of push mowers or riding mowers, you can only mow a certain height, and sometimes with these clover plots, you really want to clip higher than you think because you don't want to stress the plant back. You want to still have some forage there, but you also want to encourage some regrowth as well. I even know food plotters that use a push lawnmower to clip their clover plots or to use a riding lawnmower to clip their clover plots. Maybe if you don't even own something like that, surely you may know someone who has one that would possibly let you borrow it, or you could rent something like that, a piece of equipment, to do your food plotting. But really, if you can set a fire and burn off a field, if you can get a rake and work up some of that leftover stuff to get the soil exposed, and then you can do that and be able to still have a successful plot. If you want to spray some chemicals, if you want to spray liquid fertilizer, you can get a hand pump fertilizer and walk through your whole plot spraying as best you can to get that layered on there. So you can definitely do successful food plotting without a lot of big equipment. And in some cases, I think it can actually be more beneficial, and less is definitely more.